This is Madison Square Basement. This episode is Sheep's Wool Sound Panels. My name is Michael.
My name is Aaron. The room I was recording in before was wood paneled and was a lot bigger.
This room?
No, the room in San Diego.
My room?
No, I had my house.
Oh, yeah.
My house was wood paneled, and it was a lot bigger, and it kind of just naturally sounded good. So I thought about treating it with some panels on the ceiling or something, but I never got around to it because recordings kind of sounded good in there. When I moved here, this room sounded kind of echoey, and I was recording acoustic guitar, and I thought I could hear phasing issues from the reflections, I think, where the guitar just kind of sounded weak and like I wasn't really hearing it. So I basically thought I had to treat the room in some way. And I thought of making wooden frames and stuffing them with rock wool or fiberglass. But the literal cost of the wood was so much.
Right, because wood has gone up so much.
So the insulation, I think, is like, I don't know, between like $80 and $200, depending on what you get. The wood is like $300+. So I wanted to avoid frames, but I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe you know, but it doesn't seem like you would want to have just fiberglass on your wall.
You wouldn't want it exposed. You could wrap it in some sort of, material, of course, obviously.
But as far as like health and, the safety of little fiberglass strands and things, I wanted to try and avoid that. So I was looking up on YouTube some like sound absorption advice, and there was like a random comment that said that sheep's wool gets lower frequencies. And I was like, sheep's wool, I've never heard anyone use that.
Right.
So I looked it up, and there was a company near me that was called Havelock wool, that was making actual like sound panels. So they're rigid because there's like a little bit of polyester in them, but they're mostly just sheep's wool.
Okay.
So
what are they making? Like yours obviously don't have frames, but what are their frames and stuff?
Well, they don't make frames. They just these are the sound panels.
Right.
And they're just rigid pieces of wool, basically.
Oh, okay.
But the upside is that it's like, there's no health effect. There's no formaldehyde. They say it actually like cleans the air in some sense and is like temperature controlling and stuff. And so I thought I would try it out to see how effective they were because I couldn't find any information on them. And I threw them up in the room. I have the panels that are on the wall. I just used floating shelf brackets.
Right.
And I just pushed them onto the floating brackets and put little rubber stoppers so they wouldn't move. And I have 4 inches of insulation and a 1-inch gap behind each panel.
Okay.
And then I built, these are the only ones, these freestanding panels with the frames. And these...
And it's the same wool inside.
It's the same sound panels inside, and these are 3 inches of insulation.
Okay.
And just like a pegboard back. So I thought it made a tremendous difference to the sound of the room.
Definitely.
I don't know exactly if maybe rock wool or fiberglass would have been more effective, but the sheep's wool has been really good.
Okay, first go through like what roughly the cost you were saying. So what would be like one panel? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8...
Of the 2-inch version.
8 2-inch, and then just these
are
three
1
standing.
inch.
So
I can't exactly remember the cost of each. You get them in packs of 6. But I think it was definitely more expensive than if you just bought a bat of rock wool.
But I mean the same amount of rock wool.
The same
and
amount, wrapped we're coming in at like $400 to $500.
Okay.
If you have to make frames. And then also hanging the frames on your wall, You absolutely need to go into studs. You absolutely
With
need
rock wool? Because it's
well
heavier?
with frames.
Oh, well, yeah, with frames, obviously.
So
Oh, because these are so much lighter.
these basically weigh nothing. You know, it's extremely convenient to hang them.
Can rock wool be used like this? Just open?
What I was reading was no, you got to cover it. You know, we have a cat and potentially little kids running around. You just don't want them to come into a room that has.
You'd have to have it. You would have to have it wrapped in material, obviously, and have it wrapped.
And that material would need to be like
Solid.
completely non-porous.
Right.
And then if you get into materials that are completely non-porous, you're talking about like plastics and stuff. And then that's going to reflect frequencies. Right. So this just seemed like
this is an easy, cool, quick way to do it and test out something that's also different.
Yeah.
You know,
it's extremely
totally natural.
It was extremely easy to put them up, and they've been very effective. So what did you hear in the clips?
Well, the obvious, even the camera audio seems to be like maybe a better representation of all across every clip. Obviously, you hear basically the same thing. That in the untreated room, there's the sound of a room like of a house when you first move in. It sounds very like quick and snappy, and like there's that brightness and the like reflective sound. Yeah. But a good way to think about it is like on the mic'd clip of the electric guitar amp, you don't really hear much, right?
There isn't as big of a difference because the mic was about a foot away from the amp.
Right, but on the camera audio on the amp, you hear the same thing as all the other clips, basically.
Right.
Which is that, you know, untreated, you hear like a looseness, and when the treatment comes in, you hear a focused, pure tone going straight into the microphone, whatever microphone that is.
Right.
There's like low end and high end that's kind of getting lost and getting basically turned into phasey weirdness, muddiness, whatever. But on the singing clips, it almost even made it sound like it was more compressed because
there's a lot more direct.
Yeah, it seemed like there's more of a direct sound. There's not as much length to the note where the microphone's catching stuff after she sang as well.
Right, right.
So, I mean, all in all, I mean, it obviously sounds better because you're fixing some issues. It's not like going to sound like a studio. It's not built in a way, you know, but I think the question sort of becomes like, how much are you problem solving and fixing versus how much are you going to revoice the room?
Exactly, because the amount of insulation that's in the room, it's never really going to go to very low frequencies. I'd have to have like a 2 foot thick,
right?
You know,
and tube traps or something,
tube traps and all that to really dip. So I'm absorbing like high end. I'm absorbing echoey stuff. I'm probably absorbing a little bit of mid range, but I'm probably not really collecting like low end in the, you know, absorption. So I haven't done anything like fuzz measure, like measure my listening position. I'm more interested in how the room sounds recording instruments and stuff, and less how it sounds to my speakers, kind of, you know?
Right. It's not going to be like a dedicated mixing room or something. This is like exercise in how to make something sound better. So when you're in it, it feels better to play in and work on things in.
But if I was to do it all over again, I mean, I would absolutely use these sheep's wool sound panels over building frames. I mean, it's a thing that maybe a musician shouldn't really have to do, you know, just throw up some.
I see what you mean.
Push these onto floating shelf brackets, and then your room is treated essentially.
Yeah. I would say it would be awesome to repeat this in like, you know, 6 months or something. if you had then taken this same amount of panels and added them like
to the ceiling.
4, 5, 6 even to the ceiling, and just take the ceiling out of the equation.
Right, because I have nothing on the ceiling. I only have panels around the room and then the standing panels. But but I have this little like cubby hole above my closet. Be interesting to put some stuff up there. I have 2 windows. It'd be interesting to fill basically all that space with insulation. So I mean, the room doesn't sound good as is, so you're basically trying to deaden anything that sounds bad.
Yeah, I think that's really all you're going to do, unless you deaden quite a lot. Like if you took the ceiling out of the equation and the area behind your speakers, if you really treated that heavily, and like you're saying, this empty space and stuff, if you did some things like that, and then you found some key places to put up some diffusers,
right,
and see how much that helps.
Reflections.
Yeah,
but all in all, I would say like a really successful experiment, and just something I think everyone should look into. If it's like I didn't treat rooms I was living in because of the cost of building frames and not wanting to have like formaldehyde and fiberglass in my house and stuff, because I live in the rooms that I, have to record in. So this is like, you could have your kid around this, they could touch it. It doesn't matter,
Right. So, and it can be exposed, which pretty much no other insulation can be.
So really safe, really easy, and like very low cost, low
basically
time.
$400.
And you just put them on your wall. I literally think they're so light, you could probably just nail them to your wall.
Yeah. I don't have any experience with how rock wool works, like how if you put things through it, if it shreds up a lot, if it gets loose. I don't know if you drove these through little rods. I don't know if you can really do anything like that with rock wool.
I don't think you can. It's too loose of a product in and of itself. There's no rigidity to it.
Yeah.
So you have to have it in a frame. It's like insulation you put in your wall. It literally is, So you have to have frames to put that stuff in. And then it's like, it's kind of fun building frames, but it takes a while and it's expensive.
Right.
So if you just want to get recording, I don't see a better option than this. This is like...
It's just pads you can put up.
And they are really effective, it seems like.
Right. It's the next step up from like blankets. Hanging carpets and blankets, but they're wool. They seem to sound pretty good. And they obviously made a big difference in the sound clips.
They made a big difference in this room. And when I move and I am in bigger spaces and stuff, I'm still going to use them, I think.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
Throw my ticket in the wind, in the wind. Throw my mattress out there too. Throw my mattress out there too. out there too. Throw my ticket in the wind. Throw my mattress out there too. Throw my ticket